Harry the Hamster's Cozy Night. Once upon a time, there was a little hamster named Harry who loved his cozy little house. Every evening as the sky turned pink and orange, Harry would start his bedtime routine. First, he would head over to his tiny sink to brush his teeth, just like his mom taught him. With a little hamster-sized toothbrush, he brushed carefully, making sure his teeth were nice and clean. When he was done, he rinsed his mouth with a little sip of water and gave a big, toothy smile in the mirror. "All clean," he said happily to himself. After brushing his teeth, Harry put on his soft blue pajamas with tiny white stars on them. He loved how cozy they felt and thought they made him look just like a grown-up hamster. He gave a little twirl, feeling ready for bedtime. Next, it was time for a quick stretch. Harry would stand on his tippy toes, stretching up high to touch his paws to the top of his little hamster wheel. Then, he'd roll around in his wood shavings, making sure his bed was nice and soft. Finally, Harry would snuggle into his bed, waiting for his mom to come in and read him a bedtime story. She always brought his favorite storybook, with bright pictures and gentle words that made him feel sleepy. Tonight, his mom sat beside him, turning the pages while she read softly. Once upon a time, in a cozy little house, there lived a little hamster named Harry. Harry loved listening to his mom read. He felt his eyes grow heavy, but he stayed awake just long enough to hear the end of the story. When his mom finished, she kissed him on the forehead, tucked his soft blanket around him, and said, "Good night, little Harry. Sleep tight." After his mom turned off the light, Harry lay in bed, listening to the quiet sounds of the house. But tonight, he felt a little lonely in the dark. He whispered, "Mom, are you still there?" His mom peeked back into the room with a warm smile and said, "I'm right here, Harry, just down the hall. You're safe and sound." Harry took a deep breath, feeling his tiny heart slow down. "Mom's just down the hall," he thought to himself. He looked around his cozy room, seeing his familiar toys, his little wheel, and the gentle glow of his nightlight casting soft shadows on the walls. Harry wiggled his nose and whispered, "I'm safe in my little house. Everything is right where it should be." He touched his blanket, feeling its softness, and smiled, thinking about how much he loved his bedtime routine and his warm, cozy pajamas. Mom will always be nearby, he reminded himself. Feeling comforted and brave, Harry snuggled deeper under his blanket, pulling it up to his chin. "Good night, Harry," he whispered to himself with a little smile, letting his eyes gently close. And with a tiny yawn, Harry the hamster drifted off to sleep, cozy, calm, and happy in his little house, knowing he was safe and loved. The end.